Have you ever felt stuck, searching for answers you couldn't seem to find in familiar places, or experienced those sudden flashes of insight? A brilliant idea, a unique solution, appearing seemingly out of nowhere. And do you sense that, beyond your individual mind, there exists something larger, a vast source of wisdom that we sometimes accidentally tap into? Throughout history, sages, scientists, artists, and great thinkers have spoken of a source of inspiration, an infinite intelligence, an energy field, or a universal consciousness, and whatever name it's given, the concept of a vast flow of intelligence, transcending the individual, has always existed, sparking human curiosity and the desire to connect. So, how can we, in our busy and distracted modern lives, proactively connect with this great source of wisdom? How can we open ourselves to receive profound insights, creative solutions, and subtle guidance from this flow, as today, we embark on a captivating journey of discovery with the theme, How to Connect with the Stream of Universal Intelligence. In this video, we won't just linger on vague philosophical or spiritual concepts, but we will combine insights from psychology, proven principles of success, intriguing mysteries about human consciousness, and suggestions from modern science on how the mind and the universe might interact, making this a practical exploration, with methods you can start applying immediately to open your own channel to this infinite source of wisdom. Understanding universal intelligence. First, let's clarify the concept of universal intelligence, which isn't necessarily a conscious entity like a person. Imagine it as a vast ocean of information, an energy field containing all knowledge, potential, and solutions that have existed, currently exist, and will exist, like an infinite cosmic library, or a quantum internet that our minds, when in the right state, can access. Quantum physicists talk about the zero-point field, an underlying sea of energy teeming throughout the universe, carrying information, while psychologists like Carl Jung spoke of the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of experiences, symbols, and archetypes for all humanity. And philosophers and spiritual teachers speak of the universal mind, source, or the creator. Though interpretations differ, the common thread is the belief in a source of intelligence greater than ourselves, and our ability to connect with it, as it's not something distant out there, but it permeates every cell, every space, and even the depths of our own minds. Being the creative flow, the origin of breakthrough ideas, great inventions, and timeless works of art. Why connection seems difficult, the barriers. So why do most of us feel disconnected from this source of wisdom in our daily lives? And why does connection seem so difficult, as there are several common walls blocking this flow? Noise of the mind and the external world. Modern life is filled with distractions, constant phone notifications, packed schedules, work pressure, overwhelming news, and our minds are often in an always-on state, thinking incessantly, worrying about the past or future. Where this noise, both internal and external, acts like static, drowning out the subtle signals from the stream of universal intelligence, making us simply too busy to listen. Dominance of the ego and analytical thinking. Our ego, our personal sense of self, tends to want control, to analyze everything logically, relying on known information, often doubting what cannot be explained rationally, including intuition and insights from a larger source. And over-reliance on analytical thinking can close the door to the non-linear, non-logical wisdom of the universe. Fear and limiting beliefs. Fear of being wrong, of failure, of not being good enough, of the unknown and limiting beliefs, I'm not creative, I don't have intuition, that stuff isn't real create energetic blockages, sealing off our channels of connection, and we cannot receive a new flow if we are contracted in fear and limitation. Lack of awareness and practice. Simply put, many people are unaware of this potential connection, don't believe in it, or don't dedicate the time and effort to practice methods of connection. And like a muscle, the ability to connect needs to be trained and nurtured. So understanding these barriers is the first step to overcoming them. Now, let's dive into the core, specific ways you can begin to proactively open your channel to the stream of universal intelligence. Exploring the methods for connection. Method 1. Seek stillness and inner listening. Why it works. In stillness, subtler thoughts, ideas, and feelings have a chance to rise to the surface of consciousness. As science shows, meditation helps shift the brain into slower brainwave states like alpha and theta, associated with deep relaxation, creativity, and access to the subconscious, which are favorable frequencies for tuning into information from the broader field of intelligence. How to practice. Start simply by spending 5 to 10 minutes each day sitting quietly, focusing on your breath, observing thoughts come and go without judgment, or practice mindfulness during daily activities, paying full attention to what you are doing in the present moment, where the goal isn't to stop thinking, but to create space between thoughts. Method 2. Nurture and trust your intuition. Why it works. Intuition bypasses linear logic. It synthesizes information from the subconscious, experience, and potentially the larger information field instantaneously. As Einstein famously said, "The intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant." And we have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. How to practice. Start paying attention to your hunches, your gut feelings, journaling them and reviewing them later. And when facing a decision, ask yourself, what does my intuition say? Trying to follow small intuitive nudges initially and observing the results. Learning to distinguish the voice of intuition, often calm, clear, from the voice of fear, often loud, anxious, or mere desire. So the more you trust and act on your intuition, the stronger and clearer it becomes. Method 3. Immerse yourself in nature. Why it works. Nature operates according to harmonious laws and rhythmic cycles, and immersing ourselves in it helps us escape stimulating artificial environments and reconnect with the natural rhythm of life, helping us feel connected to something larger than ourselves. As the scientific hypothesis known as biophilia suggests, humans have an innate tendency to connect with nature. How to practice. Take walks in parks, forests, or by the shore. Sit under a tree, listen to birdsong, feel the breeze, and observe the shapes, colors, and textures in nature, simply being present in that space, allowing its peace and harmony to permeate you. Method 4. Engage in creative flow. Why it works. In the flow state, the ego seems to dissolve, time stands still, and you act naturally and effectively with little effort, where the analytical mind steps back, making way for intuition and creativity to pour through. As many great artists and inventors report, their best ideas came in such moments, as if they were receiving them from an external source. How to practice. Find activities that absorb you completely, where you lose track of time, for example, painting, writing, playing music, coding, gardening, cooking, focusing less on the end result and enjoying the process. Allowing yourself to experiment, make mistakes, and play with creativity. Method 5. Ask questions and set clear intentions. Why it works. Posing a clear question or setting a specific intention is like tuning a radio to the desired frequency. sending a signal into the information field, indicating your readiness to receive an answer or support. And it also primes your brain's reticular activating system, RAS, to notice relevant information. How to practice: before sleep or during meditation. Clearly state the question or problem you need help with. For example, what is the best solution for this situation? Or what is the next step I should take? Then let go of the question and maintain an open mind, paying attention to answers that may come in various forms. A sudden idea, a dream, a chance encounter, synchronicity, a passage in a book. Method 6. Practice gratitude and cultivate positive emotions. Why it works: gratitude, love, joy, peace. These emotions create a harmonious energetic state that resonates more easily with the frequency of universal intelligence. As research, for example, from the HeartMath Institute shows, positive emotions create heart-brain coherence, improving intuition and cognitive function, while conversely, fear, anxiety, and anger create blockages. How to practice: start or end each day by listing things you are grateful for, focusing on the genuine feeling of gratitude in your heart, looking for the good, however small, in daily life, and choosing to engage in activities that bring you joy and peace. Method 7. Maintain curiosity and a love of learning. Why it works: when you are curious and open-minded, you signal to the universe your readiness to receive new information and perspectives. And continuous learning also expands your knowledge base, making it easier to recognize and understand subtle ideas and messages when they arrive. How to practice: read books on diverse subjects, ask why and what if. Listen to different viewpoints respectfully, and be willing to admit you don't know everything, and there's always more to discover. Conclusion and encouragement. Connecting with the stream of universal intelligence isn't a switch you can just flip on and off. It's a relationship to cultivate, a skill to practice and hone. Like learning a new language, the language of stillness, intuition, emotion, and subtle signs. This journey requires patience, trust, and commitment to yourself. Where there will be times you feel clearly connected, ideas flow, and magical synchronicities occur. But there will also be times when things feel quiet, nothing special seems to happen. So the key is to keep practicing, keep listening, and trust that the flow of intelligence is always there, waiting for you. As you become more adept at connecting, you'll find your life becoming richer, more meaningful, where you'll make wiser decisions, solve problems more creatively, and feel a sense of guidance and unseen support in all aspects, no longer feeling isolated or lost, but sensing yourself as part of a vast, harmonious web of intelligence and energy. You don't need to become a sage or a spiritual master to connect, as this ability is the birthright of every human being. And all that's required is your intention, openness, and consistent practice. So start with small steps, choose 1 or 2 methods that resonate most with you, and commit to practicing them daily, observing the subtle shifts in your awareness and your life. Call to action. Have you ever experienced a moment of connection with something larger than yourself? And which method do you plan to try first? So please share your journey and discoveries in the comments below, as your sharing could inspire many others. And if you found this video valuable and eye-opening, please give us a like, share it with friends who might be interested, and don't forget to subscribe to join us for more exciting explorations of human potential. Remember, you are not just a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop, as the stream of universal intelligence flows within you and all around you. So open yourself and receive, and thank you for listening.